Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to this replay of my Power of Gratitude workshop. And again, I'm really sorry for having to cancel my live workshop. I just wasn't well enough, but thank you so much for everyone's lovely comments. And yeah, I said I would record it anyway and pop it on my YouTube channel, so here we are. So welcome everyone. I pop this slide on as a reminder for every workshop that I do, and I think here the first and the last points are important. So treat yourself with respect and kindness. This is really important, obviously generally in life, but also when we're reflecting and doing some of the journaling, we are not beating ourselves up. We are treating ourselves with the respect that we deserve, and keep a notebook or journal handy always. You never know what nuggets you are going to get from this. So in this workshop, we will explore what gratitude is, why is gratitude important, how can I invite more gratitude into my life, and finish with some gratitude journal prompts. But first, if anyone has been to a workshop before or knows Katie, Flower Yoga, this book, Shine From Within by Nikki Banas, is just beautiful. It's a collection of letters, and I always look at it for inspiration at different times in my life, and I was looking for workshop ideas. So I have something to read for you. It's called Notice. Don't let your life go by unnoticed. Life is made of moments full of beauty and magic, waiting for us to notice them. You must not let the distractions and busyness keep you from experiencing everything this beautiful life has to offer. Notice how the colours of the sun rise each morning. Take an extra moment to appreciate the new flowers in bloom. Notice the way your friends' eyes light up when they're talking about their day. Enjoy the last sip of your morning coffee as much as you did the first one. Savor those moments of putting your head down on your pillow after a long day. Notice the little moments, because someday you'll realize they were never really that little after all. I love that so much. Really encompasses what I love about gratitude. So as a little reminder, if you want the book, me and Katie should get commission on this because I talk about it all the time. It's Shine From Within by Nikki Banas. A lovely book. So we've gone through what we will be doing, read you a lovely piece. Now let's get to it. So gratitude is a practice that shows appreciation and returns kindness. It's taking a moment to reflect on what is good in life, whether that be big or small. It's the quality of being thankful for the good things in life. When we show appreciation for those things, we're returning that kindness back into the world, into the universe. And you know, on hearing that, it's like, what is not to love about that? You know, really focusing on what is good. How can that not be a great thing that we could all be doing every single day? So why is it important? Studies have shown that being grateful can do so much for you, including making you feel more optimistic, improving your mood, and even lower rates of stress and anxiety. And really, it's about a change of mindset, and at the end of the day, that is really important, isn't it? If we're able to change our mindset to a more positive one and kind of focusing more on the good things rather than the bad, then you know that's going to have massive impact on those things like your mood, etc. But I think it's it kind of goes a little deeper than that, especially for me. It's more of like an outlook, like a total change in outlook, in opinion, in how I view things. Yeah, and I think I'm going to come on to talk about the importance of it for me. Yeah, that's all great. I mean, you know, these things, who wouldn't want to feel more optimistic, have a improved mood, etc., etc. But where do you start? So I think it's easy to kind of, I don't know, like we hear so much about, oh, do this, do that, this routine will really help you, or if you go out and exercise, you know, this it'll do this and this, and it's all great and it all has its place. But I think what we need here is a little bit of practical advice. So I want you to think about your day, your like standard day, general day, Monday to Friday, and maybe even the weekend. When can you take your moment to feel gratitude? Now, what I love personally about gratitude, for me, it is a moment. It doesn't have to take up a lot of my time. I personally choose to do my gratitude practice in the morning. So I start my day with it. I started it in 2020. So, you know, it's my 4th year of doing this every single day. But I wake up and I don't allow myself to get out of bed until I've thought of 3 things, at least 3 things that I am grateful for. Now, during the pandemic, obviously that really helped me. It just really helped me just cling on to some sort of hope and something good. And I've stuck with it. And it's up to you. I always say this, it's your practice. So it's got to be something that works for you. So is the morning a good time for reflection? When you do it in the morning, you could be thinking about the day before, or you could be thinking about the day ahead. Or is the evening better for you, when you can be thinking about the day that you've just had and possibly looking forward to the day that's coming the next day? But this is where it is important to just really think about, realistically, in my day, and I know we are all really busy, where can I take a moment to feel that good stuff, to take a moment to appreciate that good stuff? And also, how are you going to possibly record that if you want to? So again, for me, I started sharing my gratitude list on my Instagram story during COVID. I did this because people really appreciated it. I was getting a lot of messages from people who were obviously going through a really awful time, and you know, it was along the lines of, oh, this is really keeping me going. I love seeing your list. It's really helping me. And again, I just stuck to that. It was something that is easy for me. People seem to like it. It connects with people. It's a good reminder for people to do it themselves. So that's what I do. But, you know, you could journal, or you could just think about it, or you could start a gratitude jar. So you might have seen, I've got mine here, it's my business happy moments jar. But you could do the same, but for gratitude. So when it comes to the end of the year, you can pick out and read all these lovely little notes that have told you what you're grateful for that day. So it's totally up to you. But just think about, where can you take that moment to feel gratitude? And it might be that you do a habit stack as well. And if you don't know what that is, that's when you've already got a habit. So say, for example, like every morning you get up and you put the kettle on and you have a cup of tea every morning without fail. So that's a habit. You just do that naturally. And what you can do is stack another habit on top of that. So maybe when the kettle is boiling, you can be thinking about the things that you're grateful for. You can allow yourself a moment to look outside, you know, see nature, see what's happening. I mean, it might be dark if it's winter, I guess, but yeah, you can allow yourself to kind of fully immerse and look around and see what you're grateful for within your kitchen whilst you're waiting for your kettle to boil. And what I would say as well is you can start really simple. So again, thinking about that cup of tea, you can just be grateful for your favorite mug. You could be grateful that you have access to water. You could be grateful for your kettle that you use every day. You might have a dog that appears and gives you a bit of a fuss whilst you're making your cup of tea. You might be really grateful for them. You might be wearing your big fluffy dressing gown and your slippers. You can be grateful for that as well. And obviously you can be grateful for anything that you're feeling in that moment. But I think that's something that can maybe get in the way for people, that they think it's got to be some sort of really grand, massive thing. You know, something like, I'm grateful for starting my own business, or I'm grateful for going on holiday, which, you know, we all love, but we can't do all the time. So yeah, I think don't overthink it. Just start, take a moment, take a pause, and you will find that because we live such busy lives, there is so many times when we just don't even take a moment in the day. We don't take a moment to even take a good deep breath in and out. So I think once you start taking a moment, it will come to you, is what I will say. You'll start to be like, okay, what am I thinking in this moment? What is good in this moment? That's maybe a good question to ask yourself. What is good in this moment? And then just see what comes. And there's no right or wrong. It's your own list, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, that's where I would start. Think about where you can take a moment and ask yourself, what is good in this moment? So, quick exercise. Write a quick list of small everyday things that make you happy. Now, because this is a replay, I'm going to carry on. So you might want to pause here and write your list and come back to join me. And here's another exercise for journaling prompts. So there's 3 on the screen here. So I want you to have a think about what you're grateful for today. What is something that you're grateful to have learned? Now that can be absolutely anything. And who are 3 people I'm grateful for and why? Now, hopefully these prompts really get you into the grateful mindset. I think something's just happened with my sound. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, hopefully these journaling prompts will get you into the grateful mindset. And what you might want to do in your journal is actually write the question, then write the answers. And yeah, just have a play around with it. You know, what are you grateful for today? And I think once you start getting into that mindset, again, like it will more naturally come to you. It's something that you can build up as a habit, and then it genuinely becomes like an attitude change. And I think it helps you to look a little deeper at things, really, and kind of reflect, like thinking about question 2, what is something I'm grateful to have learned? That could actually be really big. It could be something that has totally changed your life. And it could involve other people that you're really grateful for, and they might come into question 3. And if you think about question 3, it would be really lovely as well if you could contact that person, drop them a message, Yeah, and tell them why you're grateful for them. What a lovely message to receive. So yeah, again, like I say, because it is the replay, I'm going to carry on. But please pause here, grab your journal, your notebook, grab a cup of tea or whatever you need, and get into these journal prompts all about gratitude to get you started. And now I want you to think about how you can invite more gratitude into 2024. So, like I said, I shared about what my gratitude practice is. I also like to do a little bit of journaling as well every now and again. And there are going to be some journal prompts that I will send out, or I'll make them available on my website. Actually, I think that's a little easier. So you might want to check those out. But think now how you can invite more gratitude into your life. And I'm always banging the drum for this. For me personally, it has got to be easy and quick. I say this all the time. We're so busy. We just don't always make the time for ourselves. And yeah, the easier and quicker it can be for you. I mean, not quicker as in rush, don't rush it, but the quicker and easier that you can make it for yourself, the more likely you are to do it. So, like I said before, I've been practicing gratitude for 4 years now. And if it wasn't for just being able to, I just say 3 things: quick, easy, I can do it every day. I've built that habit now. And genuinely, in starting my day like that, it just really helps me to have that attitude, like hopefully throughout the day. I mean, obviously, if you're having a bad day, it doesn't always last out. But one thing I would say is that even if you really are going through it, which we all have different times in our lives when, it's not so great, there will always be something that you can be grateful for. And that is just so important to keep that in mind. So I would urge you to, even when, you might be going through grief, you might be going through a breakup, you might be going through a really bad, hard time, to still try to invite more gratitude in, because, as previous slides, it will just change things for you. I can't tell you how much it changed my life and my attitude. So yeah, it can really be really quite powerful, especially when you are going through a tougher time. I feel like I've digressed a little bit there, just because I love gratitude so much, and I really think that will be coming across in this. But yeah, back to the question: how could you invite more gratitude in 2024? Are you going to head to your journal every day? Are you going to do the habit stack that I spoke about, where I use the getting a cup of tea example, but could be when you're brushing your teeth, or taking off your makeup at the end of the day, or it might be something nice to do with a partner or a flatmate or anyone that you live with. Whilst you're sat having dinner together, can you think about things that you're grateful for? And you could make it quite personal and say things to your partner that you're grateful for them doing, or a friend or whoever. That could be really nice, actually, to think about it in that way, to share it with people. And obviously I share mine on my Instagram, but you could share yours in a different way. And like I said before about contacting someone, from the last journal prompt, it's like, you could send it out every day to someone. If you think about someone that you're grateful for, you could message them, and then that actually ends up being a habit that you do every day, and drop someone a message to say how grateful you are for them, or you're grateful for them doing something for you, perhaps. And yeah, that could just be a really lovely way. And again, that is nice and quick and easy to do, to contact someone. So yeah, have a little think about it. And I would say keep it realistic. Let's be honest, we possibly don't have time or wouldn't make time to journal for half an hour every morning with a cup of tea and it looking all great for the gram. Like, let's be honest, that's just not achievable for everyone and their schedules and things. Just think about how you can make it achievable for you. Thinking about your average day, how much time you have, how much spare time you have. It could be that if you're super busy, a habit stack is the way to go. And because you've already built up that habit, then you're more likely to do the gratitude bit, because you will associate the two things together. You'll be like, oh, the kettle's boiling, I'm thinking about what I'm grateful for today. And it might be as well that you want to do like check-ins throughout the day. So I've spoken mainly about kind of morning and evening, which is kind of traditionally when you do it. But like I've said, it's your practice. You can think about what you're grateful for, obviously, at any point. And it might be that you say to yourself, actually, I'm going to do a check-in at lunchtime. So you can think about how your day's going so far, what am I grateful for so far, and what am I grateful for, like, looking forward to in the evening. So plenty of options, but like I say, it's got to be realistic and something that you're going to want to do. Because, we know from research that if the kind of goals that we set for ourselves are achievable and realistic and joyful, we're more likely to be motivated to do them. So that takes us to the end of this Power of Gratitude workshop. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you took those pauses and that time out to really think about how you can invite more gratitude in. And I would love to see it if you start a gratitude list, a gratitude practice of any sort. And if you're on Instagram, give me a tag. I would love to see that. And if you want to know more, if this has given you food for thought, but you want more, then please do get in touch via any of the options on the screen here. And thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, do comment on the YouTube channel. It'd be great to hear what you thought about this workshop. And yeah, I really hope that you take this learning of gratitude and use it in your life. Like I say, it's one of my favorite things, and it really has just changed my outlook. It's totally changed things for me, and so I love speaking about it, and be happy to talk more with you if you want. I am grateful to you for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you at the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.